Fueling your body properly is essential when pursuing fitness goals, whether you're aiming to build muscle, lose fat, or simply enhance overall performance in the gym. Nutrition, after all, lays the groundwork upon which all your physical efforts rest. But with the sheer volume of advice swirling in the health and fitness world, it's easy to be overwhelmed by contradictory messages. Let's sift through the noise by exploring the science-backed, data-driven foods that offer gym goers sustainable energy, support for recovery, and the building blocks needed for real performance. First, it's essential to understand the macronutrients, proteins, carbohydrates, and fats that make up most of our modern diets. Each serves a unique function in the body, and the right balance among them can profoundly affect exercise results. For gym goers, the data consistently highlights that dietary protein leads the pack in supporting muscle growth and recovery, while carbohydrates fuel most forms of physical activity and healthy fats play crucial roles in hormone production and cellular repair. Let's start with protein, the oft-heralded macronutrient for exercise enthusiasts. According to a 2018 review published in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition, consuming between 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day is ideal for maximizing muscle protein synthesis in resistance-trained individuals. For a 70 kiloliter person, that equates to about 112–154 grams of protein daily. Importantly, the same review notes that evenly distributing protein intake across 3 to 4 meals per day enhances muscle building compared to cramming it into one sitting. What foods, then, deliver high-quality protein? Skinless chicken breast earns its reputation as a staple, delivering around 31 grams of protein per 100 grams with virtually no carbohydrates and just 3.6 grams of fat. Data from the USDA National Nutrient Database confirms that lean beef, turkey, and eggs also pack a similar protein punch, with eggs providing all essential amino acids, the fundamental units the body cannot produce alone. But animal proteins aren't the only beneficial choices. The same dataset indicates that a 100-gram serving of cooked lentils provides about 9 grams of protein, while tofu contains roughly 8 grams. On a plant-based path, pairings become important. Eating grains and legumes together, such as brown rice with beans, ensures a spectrum of amino acids that the body can use effectively. Beyond sheer numbers, we must look at the role of protein in recovery. In a controlled trial published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, athletes who consumed protein-rich meals after exercise demonstrated greater muscle recovery and less muscle breakdown compared to those with inadequate protein intake. This is because resistance training creates microtears in muscle fibers, and dietary protein supplies the amino acids necessary for repair, adaptation, and growth. Carbohydrates, often unfairly maligned, remain indispensable for those who engage in moderate to high-intensity training. Multiple peer-reviewed studies, including research in the Journal of Applied Physiology, have established that muscle glycogen, a storage form of carbohydrate, is the primary fuel used during resistance and endurance exercise. When glycogen stores are depleted, performance plummets, perceived exertion rises, and recovery time lengthens. Whole grains, such as oats, quinoa, and brown rice, feature prominently among the healthiest carbohydrate sources for gym goers, owing to their balance of complex carbohydrates, dietary fiber, and micronutrients. According to the USDA, 100 grams of cooked quinoa supplies 21 grams of carbohydrates, 2.8 grams of dietary fiber, and 4.11 grams of protein. The inclusion of dietary fiber, as detailed in nutrition guidelines from the National Institutes of Health, is linked to improved digestion and a steadier release of glucose into the bloodstream, both of which support consistent gym performance and post-exercise recovery. Fruits, particularly those rich in antioxidants, also deserve careful consideration. For instance, blueberries have been shown in a 20 review in Frontiers in Nutrition to reduce exercise-induced muscle damage and enhance recovery due to their high concentration of anthocyanins, a class of plant compounds with potent anti-inflammatory effects. Bananas, with about 23 grams of carbohydrates and nearly 10% of the recommended daily potassium in a 100-gram serving, can swiftly replenish glycogen stores while optimizing muscle contraction and nerve function. Let's not overlook fats, which, while calorie-dense, contribute significantly to overall health and exercise success. According to a systematic review in Sports Medicine, diets composed of 20 to 35% of total calories from fat are optimal for athletic performance, provided that saturated fat intake is kept reasonably low. Healthy unsaturated fats, particularly omega-3 fatty acids, have demonstrated benefits ranging from reducing exercise-induced inflammation to improving muscle protein metabolism. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are standouts, with 100 grams of cooked salmon boasting around 2.6 grams of omega-3s and 22 grams of protein. For plant-based eaters, sources like chia seeds, flaxseed, walnuts, and avocados bridge the healthy fat gap. For example, a single tablespoon of chia seeds contains nearly 5 grams of fat, much of it as alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, the essential plant-based omega-3. Moreover, these foods offer vitamins and minerals crucial for gym performance. The potassium in avocados, magnesium in pumpkin seeds, and vitamin E in almonds contribute to muscle function, reduced cramping, and the protection of cells from oxidative stress following rigorous workouts. Hydration is another pillar backed by robust data. Water facilitates nutrient transport, temperature regulation, and joint lubrication. A study in the European Journal of Applied Physiology demonstrated that dehydrated athletes experienced notably higher heart rates, greater fatigue, and impaired thermoregulation during exercise, underscoring the need to replenish fluids lost through sweat. While plain water suffices for shorter workouts, sessions exceeding 60 minutes may require electrolyte replacement, especially for those prone to heavy sweating. Coconut water, with a natural balance of potassium, sodium, and magnesium, has proven to be an effective beverage for post-exercise rehydration in controlled trials. Micronutrients, though required only in minute amounts, wield outsized influence on energy metabolism, muscle contraction, and recovery. Of special importance are iron, calcium, magnesium, zinc, and vitamins D and C. Iron, essential for oxygen transport in the blood, is abundant in lean meats, spinach, pumpkin seeds, and lentils. Deficiencies, as noted in studies published in Medicine and Science in Sports and Exercise, are linked to low energy, diminished endurance, and poor recovery. Calcium and vitamin D, often working in tandem, promote strong bones and optimal muscle function. A 2021 publication in the British Journal of Sports Medicine emphasized that even subclinical vitamin D deficiencies can raise the risk of stress fractures, particularly in athletes training indoors or in less sunny climates. Sources include dairy products, fortified plant milks, eggs, and sunlight exposure, but supplements may be necessary for those with limited sun access. Magnesium, found in nuts, seeds, whole grains, and leafy greens, facilitates more than 300 biochemical reactions in the human body, including those related to muscle relaxation and energy production. In a clinical trial conducted by the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, a marginal magnesium deficiency led to increases in inflammation and muscle cramps in male athletes. Vitamin C, while not an energy provider, contributes substantially to immune function and connective tissue repair. Considering that rigorous training can transiently suppress immune response, consuming abundant fruits and vegetables such as oranges, kiwi, red bell peppers, and broccoli, all rich in vitamin C, supports both consistent gym attendance and recovery. While data points to many foods and nutrients that benefit gym goers, perhaps the most consistent finding is that dietary variety trumps reliance on any single superfood or supplement. The Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health and international sports nutrition bodies recommend consuming a wide range of whole foods in a balance guided by activity level, body composition goals, and personal health. Let's knit together these findings with practical, evidence-based examples. A balanced breakfast for gym goers could consist of rolled oats cooked with skim milk, topped with sliced banana, and a sprinkling of chia seeds paired with a boiled egg. The oats provide complex carbohydrates and soluble fiber, helping maintain stable energy. The banana offers quick-acting carbs and potassium, while chia seeds supply healthy fats and some protein. The egg brings complete, easily absorbed protein and additional micronutrients. For lunch, grilled chicken or tofu served over quinoa with roasted sweet potato and a colorful array of stir-fried vegetables combines all three macronutrients. The sweet potato, as demonstrated in a 2017 clinical trial in Nutrients, fuels exercise performance due to its slow digesting starches and carotenoids, antioxidants that accelerate recovery. Snack selections might include Greek yogurt with blueberries and a few walnut halves, or hummus spread on whole grain toast with cherry tomatoes. The yogurt supplies probiotics, calcium, and protein. The berries, antioxidants, and fiber. And walnuts, beneficial fats. Hummus, made from chickpeas, delivers complex carbs and plant-based protein, while tomatoes add vitamin C and potassium. A typical dinner for a strength-focused gym goer could feature broiled salmon with steamed broccoli, wild rice, and a green salad sprinkled with pumpkin seeds. Here, salmon's omega-3s combat exercise-induced inflammation and promote muscle adaptation, while wild rice provides more fiber and antioxidants compared to white varieties. The broccoli delivers vitamin C, calcium, and sulforaphane, an antioxidant related to improved cellular recovery. As for post-workout recovery, a simple chocolate milk, as tested in repeated studies and published in Applied Physiology, Nutrition, and Metabolism, provides the ideal 4.1 carbohydrate to protein ratio shown to maximize muscle glycogen replenishment and repair. Similarly, a blend of plant-based protein powder and unsweetened almond milk with fruit achieves a comparable effect for those avoiding dairy. For individuals aiming to build muscle mass, consistently hitting recommended protein and calorie targets is critical. For those pursuing fat loss, the focus shifts to feeling full and satisfied with a quality diet, prioritizing lean proteins, fiber-rich vegetables, and whole foods over processed alternatives. Importantly, not all health foods are created equal. Consuming excessive protein, far above the 2.2 grams per kilogram upper limit, shown in peer-reviewed research, does not accelerate muscle growth and may place unnecessary strain on the kidneys, particularly in those with pre-existing kidney issues. Similarly, overly restricting dietary fat can disrupt hormonal balance, particularly testosterone and estrogen, which influence muscle growth and recovery. Supplements have their place for some, but the most robust clinical guidelines state that they are secondary to a nutrient-rich, balanced diet. Whey protein, creatine monohydrate, and vitamin D have strong backing for use in strength training populations who cannot meet their needs through food alone. However, the overuse of stimulants, fat burners, and unregulated supplements carries well-documented risks and minimal scientifically validated benefits. For those with specific dietary restrictions, vegetarians, vegans, or those with lactose intolerance, the same fundamental principles apply, with careful attention to complete proteins, B12, iron, and calcium from fortified foods or supplements. The Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics notes that well-planned plant-based diets, emphasizing variety and proper pairings, can support even elite athletic performance. Eating well is not about rigidly adhering to fads or extremes. Instead, it is about consistently choosing nutrient-dense, minimally processed ingredients from all macronutrient groups, staying mindful of hydration and micronutrient intake, and listening to your body's hunger and recovery cues. Informed, balanced choices, backed by the latest scientific data, unlock greater strength, resilience, and enjoyment in your fitness journey. Ultimately, the path to fitness is paved with the foods you choose, meal after meal, snack after snack. Empower yourself with knowledge, prioritize whole foods, and remember that every bite you take is a step toward your healthiest, strongest self. The science is clear. Real food, eaten intentionally, is the best supplement a gym goer will ever find. Thank you for watching the video. If you find it interesting and meaningful, please give us a like to motivate us, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss other exciting videos. Goodbye, and see you next time.